The opposition has better machinery and more experience, never in the position to go for a quick time, and he qualified a lowly 13th. No amount of assistance from Irv Kanemoto and the rest of the team could counteract the elements. His girlfriend wasn't happy with 19th place, and all Luca could do was get back on the Rothmans Honda and go out for another try.
250 class, Luca Cadalora and the Rothmans Honda team were the early pace setters. Cadalora had won the rain-soaked season opener in Japan, but was now letting his Honda have its head on a circuit ideally suited to the 250 machines. Knowing that Carlos Cardus and Helmut Bradl were also fast, Luca was searching for more speed.
See road racing championships from Eastern Creek, Sydney. Cadalora the winner last year. In second place at the moment. Is he foxing? Is he playing games? He makes a big lunge round the outside. He was brilliant here last year. He's done it again. Cadalora, tremendous ride round the outside and the crowd responds. A cool, calculating, aggressive Italian. Irv Kanemoto. Second place goes to Carlos Cardus.
His great rival, Luca Cadalora, tried all he knew to get pole position back, but just failed. At the front, Killy leads, but Cadalora's through. Cadalora now leads. Killy up the inside. Has he got the advantage? No. Cadalora holds the lead. Riding Irv Kanemoto's Rothmans Honda. In second place, Killy on the Aprilia. In third place, Puig also on an Aprilia. And in fourth place, Jochen Schmidt riding the Yamaha. A good battle between these four, but Cadalora leads for the first time. Patches. Cadalora's back in front. And it takes the checkered flag. Luca Cadalora, 3 out of 3 Grand Prix victories.
In the 250 class, in-form Rothmans Honda race Luca Cadalora was under pressure, being only 12th fastest in the first session. Keeley slowing down. Does he have bike problems? No, Keeley up on the pegs waving to the crowd as Cadalora comes through. Oh no, tragedy I think for Keeley. I think Keeley thought that was the checkered flag for the final lap of the Unlimited Aprilia team, and there's Bradl taking second for Honda, followed by Shimizu and Cadalora, but no surprises in the speed stakes, with Rothmans Honda rider Luca Cadalora taking provisional pole position. Cadalora completing the front row as he prepared to defend his huge championship lead.
Reggiani, the first man to inflict a defeat on Cadalora this season 2 weeks ago at Jerez, and Biaggi makes it. 3 Italians fill the first 3 places, but Luca Cadalora wins his 4th Grand Prix, the 1992 season. How the Italian fans celebrated, no wonder why. They're on the track, they've climbed over the fences. An all-Italian battle for the 250cc race. The winner in the middle, Luca Cadalora, the current 250cc world champion. In second place, his great pal Loris Reggiani. And in third place, a great ride by Massimo Biaggi.
And fastest by just over 1/10 of a second, no one doubted that Cadalora, who put in his flyer on the final lap, would again be a threat in the race.
Cadalora leads, Biaggi second, Bradl third, Reggiani fourth, Irv Kanemoto, team manager to Luca Cadalora and the Rothmans, Biaggi, and in fourth place, Helmut Bradl. Cadalora into the garage, stung into action really after losing at Jerez 2 Grand Prix ago. He really is at the very top of his form. Irv Kanemoto shakes his hand, gives him a hug. No wonder why. Luca Cadalora, one of his hardest and best rides of the season. And once again, Mexican wave from the crowd, and how they're celebrating. Surely one of the very best Grand Prix races of the season.
While Irv Kanemoto and Luca Cadalora had their heads together in the Rothmans Honda pit during 250 qualifying. Cadalora was uncomfortable with the handling through the chicanes and knew he needed more speed to match the flying Aprilias and even German Honda rider Helmut Bradl. Cadalora had the safety of a huge championship lead, but realised that at Hockenheim he needed to stay with the Aprilia slipstream to have a chance of victory.
Luca Cadalora, Irv Kanemoto's Rothmans Honda. I think after practice, Cadalora realised it was going to be very hard indeed to fight off the Aprilias. He in fact qualified 5th fastest.
In the Kanemoto Rothmans Honda pit, Luca Cadalora was a worried man, unable to match the speed nor handling of his Aprilia rivals, and the World Championship leader was 6th on Thursday's grid, 1.4 seconds off the pace. Some new engine parts from Honda had smoothed the power curve, but Cadalora was running out of practice time.
Biaggi leads. Killy in second place. Cadalora trying desperately to hang on to the two Aprilias in front of him. Killy now leads. Biaggi second. Cadalora third. And Cadalora certainly isn't letting the two Aprilias get away at this moment. But he's got a nice buffer, hasn't he? 50 World Championship points between him and the Aprilias. So Cadalora, one thinks, won't be too disappointed to watch the action at the moment from third place. Some all-Dutch conflict going on then. Oh, Biaggi's in trouble. Biaggi's in trouble. His hand goes up. He's out. What a disappointment for the 21-year-old Italian. He's out of the race. And now, can Luca Cadalora haul in Pier Francesco Killy at the front?
In the 250 class, Luca Cadalora held a 53-point lead. After being sixth fastest on Friday, Luca Cadalora stamped his authority on final qualifying with pole position on the Rothmans Honda for the 250 Grand Prix. Cadalora was confident of his race chances.
Aprilia versus Honda at the front. The Aprilia leads the way at the moment. Also a familiar pattern. Italian riders dominating this very competitive 250cc class, and you can see the track really has dried out from that earlier shower it got at the start of the original 250cc race, which was stopped. This is 26th lap. Villeneuve is going to beat this man en route to Grand Prix victory number 6. Luca Cadalora takes the checkered flag.
The 250 class was full of high expectations for Rothmans Honda rider Luca Cadalora, who was in a position to clinch his second consecutive World Championship at Magny Cours. He started on the right note, setting Friday's fastest time, with his closest championship rival Loris Reggiani back in 5th place. With 6 wins from 9 starts, 27-year-old Cadalora was going to be the man to beat. Cadalora tried a new gearbox and suspension settings in a bid to retain pole, but eventually he settled for 5th, not wishing to predict the outcome.
And Schmidt has got past Cadalora, so Cadalora is now in 4th place, and Jochen Schmidt could put the Yamaha on the victory rostrum for the first time this season. What a performance that would be by him.
The real tension of the weekend was in the Rothmans Honda 250 team, with Luca Cadalora and Irv Kanemoto working on a strategy to win a second consecutive World Championship. Less than happy with being 5th fastest qualifier was Luca Cadalora, a depressed man who had no answers to the Honda suspension problems.
Let's see at the hairpin. Yes, it was. Reggiani going wide, relegated to 4th place. Cadalora behind him. Cadalora will be very, very happy to see that. So Cadalora now surely thinking about the 1992 world title for Irv Kanemoto's Rothmans Honda team. Biaggi leads, Killy second, Romboni third, Reggiani 4, Cadalora 5, Caparossi 6, and it looks like Jochen Schmidt up into 7th place. Cadalora, very cool, very calculating on the racetrack, will have this situation absolutely worked out. And he knows that Reggiani just in front of him. This is Romboni in 3rd place, Cadalora trying to get past him in 4th. The Cadalora can remain there and still be world champion. Down the main straight, Schmidt joining in the fun as well. Cadalora up the inside. Will he outbrake Romboni? No. Surely now Cadalora's not prepared to take any risks. It is, and in 4th place it's Luca Cadalora. So Killy wins the race. Gain up the inside of Killy. Has he got through? Yes, he has. Cadalora up into 2nd place. 6 Grand Prix victories already this season to his credit. Cadalora 2nd, Killy 3rd, Reggiani 4, Caparossi 5, or it could have been Romboni. Down towards the left-hander, and Cadalora gets into the lead. Cadalora leads. Biaggi relegated to 2nd, Killy watching all the fun from 3rd. 8 Grand Prix victories for the king of the 250cc class, no doubt about that. Luca Cadalora, former 125cc world champion, double 250cc world champion, and still unsure about his future next season. Will he go to the 500cc class, or will he stay with the 250s? I'm sure everybody in the 250cc class would like to see him in the 500. Luca Cadalora, 3 back markers, surely not going to impede his progress. The checkered flag is being readied. Future next season may be uncertain, but he's shown once again here at Interlagos he is still the king of the 250cc class. World champion Luca Cadalora.
Third on the grid was Luca Cadalora, the world champion making his final 250 Grand Prix appearance for Rothmans Honda. Cadalora hopes to switch to the 500 class next season, and he improved his speed after sorting out gearbox problems.
Biaggi and Loris Reggiani, and in 5th place world champion Luca Cadalora.